If you guys have been using GPT-4 or Claude, amazing. That's the amazing starting point. But they come with some trade-offs. They cost money. Your data leaves your system. You depend on external APIs. And honestly, that's why open source LLMs are exploding right now. Today I'm going to show you how to run them locally, how to experiment with them, and how to actually use them in your own apps. And we are going to use one of the simplest tools, LM Studio. Now, why even bother going for open source LLMs? They give you three big advantages. You can run it locally on your machine, private, offline. Then second, it is customizable. You can fine tune it. You can modify it the way you want. And third, it comes with a lower cost, especially when you have to run it at scale. And the best part, running them locally used to be hard, but now it's super easy. If you're new, this is where you start. Now, LM Studio is basically a desktop app which lets you download, run, and chat with LLMs locally. So go to lmstudio.ai, download it for your OS, install it, and open it. That's it. Now inside LM Studio, you will see what are the models available. You get a search bar to search for the model. Then you get the model specs, what are the parameter size. And here is the cool part. It will automatically check your hardware and tell you if a model will run on your computer or not. No more guessing, will this fry my laptop? So you see the different versions, you will see the parameter size, you can see the context window, and boom, it also tells you whether this model runs well on your system or you should not try it. So don't even try to download the ones which it is showing as will not work. Now here is a pro tip. You should start probably with some chat models and start with smaller models if your system resource is too limited. Now after the download, go to the chat tab, select your model from the drop down, wait for it to load, and now let's say hello to it. That's it. You now have a local chat GPT. It will show you how it is thinking, how it is processing the message, and then it will select the best response and generate the output. Now, if you have a GPU, you can turn it on in settings. But why does it matter? You'll get some faster response, better performance. You can even see the performance metrics at the bottom. Now, this is where most people, don't go beyond or, just they are happy with whatever they have done. They'll download one model, try one prompt, quit. But you should actually try different prompts, compare different models, stress test the outputs, and this is how you'll figure out if this is good enough for my use case. So now let's level up a bit. Instead of just chatting, what if your code could talk to your local model? So LM Studio will make it super easy. Go to the server tab, load your model, set the toggle on. Now here your model is running at localhost 1234. And here's the magic part. You can use it like OpenAI API. Now this is the Python code I have written to call the API. I've installed .env and OpenAI packages. Now from OpenAI, I'll import this OpenAI and open a client, give it a base URL of my server, which in this case is run by LM Studio. I don't need a API key. I'm using a chat completion model. So I give the model name. In my case, it is Google Gemma 4. The reason I used it is because it supports tools and I can use it to create my agents. Now I give the prompt. First one is the system prompt, which tells how I want my responses to be always like. Then I give the user prompt. Now I set the temperature to 0.7, which is basically I'm telling the model, see, you can be very creative as much as you want. No need to give me consistent answers. And then I print the output. So here, see what it has outputted. So I asked it to tell me everything in, give the answer in rhymes. And then I asked it to introduce yourself. And here is how it introduced. Now I asked it to do it a second time. I ran this program a second time, and the output which it gave is different because I gave the temperature as zero point 0.7, which means it can be as creative, and it need not be very consistent in its responses. Now this model name can be anything depending on whichever model you have downloaded. And see how it is behaving like OpenAI API, and you don't even require internet to use it. It's like a fully local LLM. It gives you API access, and there is no external dependency, which means you can build your agents locally, test the pipelines, prototype apps, keep everything private. So you have two options. You can use commercial APIs, which are easy, powerful, but they are paid and less private. The option two, you can use local open source models, which are private, cheap, but they require some slightly more time for setup. And tools like LM Studio, they are making this option very easily accessible. So now what you should do next if you're following along, install the LM Studio, download 1-2 small models, test some prompts, run the server mode, try the Python example, and boom, you have just moved from AI user to AI builder. So in the next step, we'll go deeper into prompting strategy and making these models actually perform well. Because trust me, the difference between bad prompt and good prompt is huge. So subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next one.